Name is Ben Teitelbaum. I live up here, and I'm playing Nyckelharpa, Swedish folk music. So this is a Nyckelharpa. You could call it the unofficial national instrument of Sweden. Never been voted upon. They're probably unlikely to ever do something like that. But it's Sweden's most characteristic idiomatic folk music instrument, most widespread, and it really has its core area in a province just north of Stockholm called Uppland, and it's been there. We really don't know how long, but we know at least about the 1400s. There's recent archaeological evidence actually shows it being there, and it's been around Scandinavia a little bit. There's even a painting suggesting it might have been in northern Italy at once upon a time, but it really has been in Sweden all that time. And this is a newer version of the instrument. It's a chromatic version of it. I have 37 keys. I have 16 strings, but only 4 of those strings do I ever touch with the bow. The rest of them just resonate on their own. So it's meant to be able to play kind of in any key in any type of music, but it certainly has its favorites though.
Sure,
Too.
sure.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's almost like you could just play it by itself.
Hmm.
You often is it often accompanied with other things?
I mean, these days with all sorts of stuff, but
Sure.
traditionally, you would have ensembles of like just 2 Nyckelharpas, sometimes Nyckelharpas and fiddles. The fiddle is the most widespread instrument in Swedish folk music, but
Sure. Seems to be the most widespread music in everybody.
across Europe,
Right.
exactly. I mean that's a European thing, really. And so I mean, yeah, you can play it together with fiddles. That's what I think is most fun, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does it work? It almost looks like a fiddle and an auto harp.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good way to put it because obviously you have a bow, so we're kind of in violin territory, but whereas an auto harp dampens, you push little keys and it dampens all the strings you don't play. This one is it's almost like it's a guitar working in reverse. It's almost like you have a bunch of little mini frets here. But instead of pushing the string at the fret like you do on a guitar, where you put your hands right up here it's almost like you're pushing the fret at the string. So I have all these little keys, and each one is attached to a peg. And when I push on the peg, it reaches up and just shortens the strings. The only part resonating is suddenly, cut in half. If I push this one, for example. And each note that I play has another set of strings that resonate with it. So if I play an A, just an open A, and then I'm going to silence it, you can hear that if I play this low A, that might even be better.
Yeah.
So all the rest of that sound is just, yeah.
So it almost kind of has that like modal kind of droning.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what to ask about that thing now. But it seems like
Okay.
you were saying it's like a Swedish folk. It's like typical folk music. But so what about that music? Why?
Yeah.
What about like what relationship between that music and that instrument make it so?
Make it work.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to know about Swedish folk music, like the main music and dance genre and form is called polska, which is not polka, even though both they all kind of mean Polish in a different way, but that's another story. And the music, understanding that rhythm, that's kind of the key to Swedish folk music. It's in 3-beat. It's like triple meter music.
Okay.
But it's beats 1 and 3 that you always emphasize on it. So if you're thinking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's kind of the basic. If you know that, you know some basics of Swedish folk music. But things get a lot more complicated because almost every region of Sweden has a variation on that.
Yeah.
And the rhythm, sometimes it's beats 1 and 3, but sometimes beat 1 is very short. And beat 2 is long. That's another thing Swedish folk music does, is the beats can be different lengths. and sometimes the beat is going, but the melody is really different from it. So you kind of just have to just feel it.
Feeling out.
Yeah.
It's
So
really nuts. But even like earlier, you were playing a tune, and I noticed it sounded like I can't remember something, some other, what now is considered almost modern, like instrumental bluegrass or
Yeah.
instrumental Americana.
yeah.
Like what? How has either the folk music or even the Nyckelharpa itself kind of manifested itself in America?
It's. I mean, there's a really famous group called Vasan that that has a Nyckelharpa. These two of them are old teachers of mine.
They've been at Rocky Grass.
They've been at Rocky Grass. They've been touring a lot, and they popularized it. It's a it's in kind of a contemporary version of Swedish folk music, but I mean, they're really, really good.
Sure, yeah.
They're extremely good. But they've popularized Swedish folk music, and there are a lot of people who play kind of what they're doing. There's some people who play more traditional stuff, and then there's a little community also that I don't know if you even want to call them a community, but there are individuals throughout the country who are really into fusion stuff.
Okay.
Who really like playing with bluegrass,
Sure.
finding ways to make the Nyckelharpa part of this kind of roots music
Yeah. Do you think
scene.
any Nyckelharpa player would ever play with a drummer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Vasan has done that too.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
It's fun.
yep. I have once upon a time too. Yeah. Just
Yeah. It's largely frowned upon in the bluegrass world.
yeah. To bring drums, it's weird because they're otherwise. I sometimes feel like the bluegrass world is very, very open to a lot of mixing. It's relatively new music, all things considered.
Is,
So
but it's always funny to like to be reminded, like that tune we were just talking about, that like even though it's modern music here, it's still very, very old.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, for sure.
It's kind of
For
cool
sure.
to pull that all together.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Do you want to play us a tune? Maybe tell us what it's about. And
Sure.